Greetings, I'm Zach, and today I'm going to go through the Arrow Video June 2025 release schedule. This is basically hot from the press. This has just been announced in the last couple of days, and a couple we already knew about, but there are a few in here that are actually some very surprising treats. Now, we have, for starters, if I just give you like the full show right now, if I just go like that, I'm just going to talk through these in just a moment. But it's really exciting that Arrow Video can kind of continually seem to surprise me. It surprises me all the way through, like since I started collecting Arrow Video, it must have been a good few years ago now, that especially in more recent years, they seem to be releasing like a lot more mainstream movies. I mean, I recently did an unboxing of Deep Blue Sea, and I mean, going back even further, when Titans Ruled the Earth, the 4K box sets for like the new Clash of the Titans movies. And when I initially started buying Arrow Video products and movies, I really didn't expect those kind of titles to be like available at any time soon. So it's really nice to kind of see things like that really coming to the forefront. It must be a sign that Arrow Video is becoming one of the main, if not the main, like boutique label when it comes to physical media, which is really nice, and it's good to support them all the way through it. But for the June release schedule, first up we have a Harrison Ford movie called Witness, coming out in 4K and Blu-ray. I imagine some kind of like spy thriller thing. I really don't know much about that one. But, I mean, to be fair, it might be worth a shot. I haven't really looked to see what the pre-order prices are. Perhaps I can do that a bit later on in the video. Next up, we have Roadhouse, obviously with Patrick Swayze. This is the original one, which, surprisingly, despite being in my collection on DVD, I haven't managed to see it yet. I mean, that is probably quite a shocking thing to say. I know a lot of people have obviously gone and rewatched Roadhouse, especially with like the new one that came out and things, because apparently that was so bad, but it kind of ignited like a love of the original movie, which was really nice. Oh, it's a little bit of a sidetrack here. Things I'd like to see Arrow Video release: Steel Dawn with Patrick Swayze. That would be a good one. I'd watch that. I'd get that 100%. 100%. I think Veteran Video have done it, but I mean, Arrow Video is better. So next up, a very surprising title. This is a title that I would like to say is more along the lines of like The Matrix and things, because it's kind of like a fictitious world almost, kind of, and that is Dark City. Dark City is a really, really good like undiscovered gem or underappreciated gem of sci-fi cinema, which is coming out as well as Blu-ray is the 4K as well, much like Roadhouse and Witness before. Cool, nice to have the option. I must say, I have seen Dark City and it is really good, so I would like, this is in the crosshairs for the June releases for me to pre-order, definitely. I have seen the director's cut, so it's nice to know that this has the theatrical and director's cut on it. And the artwork, if I just zoom in here, that does look really nice. That really does look really nice. Slipcover will look pretty snazzy on the shelf, not gonna lie. Now, with that, I think that will be an instance, especially when I did initially get it, was that was quite hard to come by, and I did kind of second-hand market. I did pay around £10 or so, and I do believe that most of these will be around the kind of 25 to 30 mark, especially if it's the 4K. So yeah, I think to kind of offset like the price of that, it will definitely be a case of maybe selling the Blu-ray version of it, which is obviously not the collector's edition, because this one will obviously come with a lot more special features and the like to really kind of bolster this release, and I don't know, maybe ignite a further appreciation for it, like in the wider consensus. That would be really nice. I would think that Dark City is definitely a title that if you haven't seen, you should definitely give it a go, and especially if you like The Matrix. That's what I'm going to say about that. Some other like more obscure titles here, I think, or one I haven't really heard of, and is Swordfish. I believe it has John Travolta, Hugh Jackman, and stuff in it, so perhaps a bit more mainstream then. But that is one that I have not seen, so it's not really on my radar. To be fair, it just seems to be one of the titles that's with this like selection of releases. Am I gonna get it? We'll see. We'll see. It's got some good names in it, so that's kind of maybe like selling it to me a bit more, especially because I like read into it a bit. But I think it's like some kind of like hacking, like bits and pieces kind of thing, which is quite cool. To do with Hugh Jackman being like an ex-hacker who's been caught in the past, and he doesn't want to get caught, and he's got one last job to like do something like against the government and stuff. We shall see. I'll put a maybe on that. Next one is a film from the 1970s called The Invisible Swordsman. Now, I never heard of this until this came out on this release, which is really nice because I'm always looking for, like, I've said it countless times now, the Asian martial arts films, like Chinese, Japanese, all that type of thing. I really do in like the aesthetics of like the old martial arts movies and things, because they're filled with like really good stunt work, really good sword fighting and things. This one is made by the same people who brought us Daimajin, Gamera, the Yokai Monsters collection. Yes, I did bring that up in a previous video. So this should be a winner, in my opinion, because I do have the Criterion collection of Zatoichi, the Blind Swordsman. I have been brought up for pronouncing that wrong in the past in one of my very, very earlier videos. So if you want to track that one down for a steelbook unboxing of the 2003 version of Zatoichi, then maybe go dive through the channel and see if you can find it. But yeah, I think it's quite cool. I like the premise. Like, this guy becomes invisible and then loads of sword fighting, especially for the 1970s. That's going to be some really kind of groundbreaking, like, special effects in that. That's really nice and quite cool, especially being set in a more historical period, and also being kind of like a more supernatural thing, which is quite nice. A nice kind of twist on like doing the samurai vibe, if that makes sense. So I think that one's definitely up there on my to get list out of these. Another one which has been mentioned so many times before is The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. So by this point, the Dollars trilogy will have come out. By the end of June, all of the Dollars trilogy will have come out on 4K. This professes to be the most comprehensive version of The Good, the Bad and the Ugly ever put to disc. And to be honest, I am surprised that even now I haven't pre-ordered this. I really need to dive on this. I need to dive on it quick before they sell out, because I fear, like, I have that kind of FOMO of missing out on this particular title. I never thought I would really kind of be drawn into that, but since this title, much like there were, or should I say, a lesser known title, Life Force, was brought out on Arrow Video. I think it was in February, and because I'm an idiot, sometimes I missed out on that, and that is now nowhere to be seen other than the standard Blu-ray that they've had for like years on the websites. So I really would like to track that down. If anyone could point me in the right direction for Life Force, that would be amazing. But I would definitely not going to make that mistake twice when it comes to The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. As it stands, as of time of recording, I have pre-ordered A Fistful of Dollars, and I'm really excited to check that out when it comes through the door. It's going to be really exciting when it does. I'm definitely going to have to like check that out as soon as it does. Maybe I can do an unboxing for you. That'd be absolutely cool as well. So the final title here is actually one called The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Now, to be fair, this as well is on 4K and Blu-ray, so I imagine it's quite a well-regarded film. The only ones, in fact, on this particular list that aren't 4K are, or is, should I say, The Invisible Swordsman. That's the only one that doesn't have a 4K option, and I mean, that's fair. That's totally fair. But the Taking of Pelham 123, I'm going to have to check this out. Do you reckon it was worth my time? Because the front cover looks cool. I'm not entirely sure if it's like a horror movie or like a crime movie or something. But first impression, it's not on my high of this list to kind of get. But I'm certainly intrigued by the front cover and things. So maybe. We shall see. If you think it's worth me getting, maybe get my hands on it, that'd be great. Please let me know in the comments. If it's a movie that is worth my time, does it deserve to be on the shelf? Let me know. So, of these titles, obviously there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 titles here. Undoubtedly, first place, I say first place, this isn't a competition, but my to definitely get list is definitely The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, Dark City, The Invisible Swordsman, and Roadhouse. I'd probably say the least likely of like these for me to get is going to be Swordfish, I think. Swordfish is probably on the latter or the lower side of that kind of spectrum of to get list of this particular month of releases, and I'm really excited to see what they do with The Good, the Bad and the Ugly and Dark City. 100%. They are some great releases, and to be fair, like, it was an announcement for Dark City that I really wasn't expecting, and I think Arrow especially is going to do a great job of it, which is really exciting. So there we are. That is the announcement video for the June releases of Arrow video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have basically found out about some titles there that maybe I've intrigued you about, or if there's ones there that you think I would enjoy, please let me know in the comments. What did you think was the best there? What are you going to get? What are you going to pre-order? Please let me know as well. That would be absolutely fantastic. Maybe start a kind of dialogue there about future releases, some hypotheticals. What do you want to be released by Arrow Video? That would be absolutely fantastic, and I would love to start a conversation. So, in the meantime, please like and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next one.